Welcome back to the Hobby Shop Podcast, the podcast for the people. Welcome to the Tuesday Night Live, and we have a special guest tonight. We have Kristina, aka the girl from Card Ladder. Kristina, welcome to the Hobby Shop Tuesday Night Live.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited about tonight, guys.
Yeah, we're super excited you're coming in. We've been looking forward to this all week. Why don't you just start out, give us a little bit of the background, who you are, who Kristina is, what you do in the hobby. I know everybody knows, but tell us anyways.
Yeah, so I'm Kristina. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter, though I'm not active really on Twitter. I just like things at Kristina's PC, Kristinas BC. Started my hobby journey in 2016 after I graduated from college, when my husband, who is a little bit more well-known than I am in the hobby,
Not possible.
when we were cleaning out his childhood room because his mom told him he had to, and he found his basketball collection in the back of his closet, and then he spent 2 weeks going through it and looking up the cards, and then asked me if I wanted to go on an adventure, and I was like, heck yes, like, what are we doing? And we went to Walmart, and this was in 2016 when you had an abundance of product at all retailers. And we picked up some 2015-16 Don Russ basketball to rip. And like, he was telling me stories about, like, as a kid, about getting packs and all this other stuff. And the first like hobby box that I bought of that product, which I bought on Amazon, which, like, as a basic girl, like, bought, like, I was like, oh, I'll go Amazon and buy it. Don't recommend doing that, but like, yeah, it worked out well for me. I got a Karl Anthony Towns Elite Dominators auto out of 25, which was that, and the Kobe were like the
big deal then.
Yeah.
Deal.
He was just named Rookie of the Year like that week, and then we ripped the hobby box, and I hit his like Elite Dominators, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. And I quickly got hooked to that like high of hitting the best card from a product, and I've been chasing that ever since.
And just think, in 2016, you were the greatest hobby girlfriend in the world. Right?
I guess
fresh out of college, right? Fresh out of college, and you're like, yeah, let's go on this adventure. Let's do all this. He was like Dear Diary. Jackpot.
He was probably like that. Maybe like we should ask him. Someone should ask him. Maybe that's when like he was like, okay, like I'll lock in on this girl. Like I was gonna break up with her, but like we just graduated college, so like he might have been thinking it's time to part ways, chick. But I was like, heck yeah, let's go.
So I had never heard that story before, so that was cool. And then it makes me think, because that's the Jokic year.
Yeah, Jokic was 15-16. We ripped like so much 15-16 Don Russ. Like, it's absurd. Like I bought a case of blaster boxes from David Adams, and like we would just like have I was working at like during the year, and Chris was studying for law schools. Like he was studying to take his LSAT. And like whenever either of us had a bad day, we'd like go to that case and like pull out a blaster box and rip it. Like we had so many Jokic rookies, and like we kind of just like threw them to the side. Like, no, not really, but like we like threw them in a 5-row because we were just like, okay, like.
Well, then it was like, well, that's what's really funny is because like now he's like a Jokic super collector.
Yep.
And it's like you were fired up, but at that time, Karl Anthony Towns was definitely. I mean. He was drafted in a Taco Bell commercial. I always think that's amazing.
Dude,
and it's
I always say like Taco Bell is like dropping the ball. Their marketing team needs to sign Jokic, because that would be the funniest like spokesperson for them, and they can make jokes about like, you were drafted during our commercial, like we're better than you. Like, but like, yeah, he does hotels.com commercials. Like, I'm sure he'd do a Taco Bell commercial.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I had a cat PC. Like he was my first PC. Like when I first got in, because I just kept pulling him. Like I couldn't get away from him, and I was like, I guess this guy is my PC.
Was he the first overall pick in that draft?
I don't know.
Because he came out of like Kentucky, like super highly touted. He was
yeah. And I like we watched March Madness that year, like in between, the stress /
ripping
partying.
boxes.
Well, no, because we were so it was just like, it was kind of.
Yeah, he was first overall pick.
He was okay. Yeah. So, but yeah, so that's like my hobby origin story. Was just I was the tag along girlfriend, and then I got really into it, and I never met another female in the hobby until we went to Los Angeles, and like after Chris got into law school. Like I remember one night we went to a hobby shop, was doing a group break, like pack war event thing, and I went there, and the owner's wife was there, like getting cash, like so she could go shopping with her friends or something, and she was like, oh, you're such a good like girlfriend for coming to this like thing with him. And I was like, no, he's here with me. Like he doesn't like opening product. Like I'm the one who rips. He'd rather like sit online and look at M&TCards and buy them directly from eBay. But yeah, so that was my experience with like women in the hobby until like I became more like adapt online. Like I kind of didn't do it for a while because I just was like, all I see are guys in the hobby. Like it's okay. Like I won't have I won't interact with anyone except Chris. It's fine. And then I got online and like I found Suze, who's awesome, and then found Ty, and then I actually walked into Bullpen not knowing that Ty owned it, and she was working behind the counter, and I was just like, wait, what? Like, you're a female who works in this space? This is awesome.
So when you were getting into that space, right? Were people accept you in open arms? Were they standoffish with you? Because I'm sure for some of them you knew more than they did.
No, like I wouldn't like I was totally a noob. Like I wasn't really into sports growing up, like professional sports. I played soccer competitively. So like I was more, and like I was a total tomboy. So like I was always outside playing like stickball in the street and like street hockey and stuff. So like never really watched sports, knew who the like important athletes were of any time, but like never really was into it. I'm much more of a participant person. Like there's nothing to me like better than like going to a game and watching it live. Like
same here. Me and him have had this debate. Same here. Yeah, I personally, maybe this is not what you mean, but like we had this talk. It was like you pick the card equivalent to a ticket price. Would you rather have the card or go to the event? Like say it was like a championship sort of game. I'm picking the game every time.
Oh, no. I'm picking the card.
Okay, see, there you go.
No. But there's nothing, like when you're watching sports, if like, you can sit at home in your comfy chair and watch the game and have the perfect view because like the camera will go everywhere, or you could have like whatever seat you can afford at the arena or stadium. I'm like, let's go to the stadium. Like the feeling, like the energy at the game makes it so much more intense for me.
Especially if it's a good game, right? Or something really good is happening. Like you can really get caught up in it.
Exactly. Yeah. But so that's kind of like my hobby origin story, like I said. And then fast forward to like we started a podcast called House of Jordans, where Chris would talk about the market of Jordan cards. Like he would talk about what the comps were and what things were selling at, what he was buying. And then I would like literally hold the card in hand and explain to people what I was seeing and like what like art history, like kind of like an art history mode of like, oh, like these are this kind of Greek column, and like this is like referencing this, and like
it wasn't on video. You're doing a podcast. You're just describing the card.
It was on podcast, but then it like turned into a YouTube thing too. Yeah. Like House Jordans did eventually get onto YouTube, and like the card is there. But like I was more like talking about the aesthetic designs of the cards. Because that's like what I really enjoy about cards. I think the player is almost secondary. Like to me, it's all about the art
of the cards.
Yeah. Like the card is the art.
It needs to be appealing, right?
That's something I feel like rarely. Like I feel like at least in our conversations on here, rarely gets talked about. What's what are some of your favorite just the designs? Like it sounds like you're very attuned to that.
Yeah, like I mean, like anything Gene McLeod and Arena Designs did in the 90s, like I just sob over. Like Noise Boys, I think is an awesome looking card. I think that the hot numbers, like where it's like 3D-ish, like the numbers pop out and all of those numbers represent something to that specific player. I think that is like just like an incredible like forethought of like actual design. And then I mean the Skybox metal, like the etching on those is
unbelievable. Yeah.
Like literally like you think like, so if you've ever seen a red or a green on like your phone, you're like, it looks kind of flat, like, right? Like it looks flat. Like it's all red behind him. Like, okay, I get it. Like it's like ruby or emerald. Okay. Like what's the big deal? If you look at those cards in hand and like you actually like tilt the card and like blasphemous, I know, but like run your fingers over it, like it's all etching in the card behind, like in the red and the green. Like it's phenomenal work. And I like about those cards is they had different artists work on the different cards, and they're actually identified on the back. And I just, like, so the sketch artists are identified on the back. And I think that's so cool that they were just like ahead of their time. And they were just like, you know what, they like came out and like Beckett hated them. Right. So like the whole hobby hated them when they first came out, but they were like, we're going to put people's names on these. Like we're going to have like artists almost like signature these, but like instead it's just like their name on the back, but which I really like. But like competitive advantage, I love that card. Like the Greek hero, the Doric columns, and like it just like makes you think of Greek heroes that like are coming back from some battle that they've won. The poses of the athletes in those cards are really cool.
Also really quick, you just casually said like running your fingers over the PMGs. Yeah. I would feel like I'm Lenny with the rabbits and mice and men if I was to be mangling those.
Dude, I said it was blasphemous. Like I didn't say like
more than my house. So like
yeah, I didn't say I did it. I said it was blasphemous, but I said you could.
Oh my gosh,
run your finger. What I was trying to get a point was like it's actually like it's raised, and you could see that when you tilt it. Like yeah. And I have run my hand over. It was not a good player like of a red one. Like yeah.
I'm not saying I have, but I have.
I have. Yeah. Oh my god, I think Chris like slapped my hand after I did it. He was like, what are you doing? But like yeah. But yeah. Oh my gosh. Great. It wasn't the Jordan. Like
it's the same etching as like the base card though. It's just the different color. I've actually never got to even see one in person, which is I've seen some of them. Like I always think I'm talking Jordan. I've seen some of the PMGs in person. So, but I don't know if I've ever held one. I don't think I have. So
yeah, if you ever see one like at a show, like start talking to the dealer and be like, dude.
Can I feel your card?
No, can I
put my hands over it?
Can I hold it over like your table like, and just tilt it, like, or can you tilt it for me so that I can see the etching like lines on it? Because it's definitely worth it, I think.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good to know.
So I'm talking about all these cards and the art of the cards. Who do you PC? And I know there's one card or one or two cards that you're trying to get. So you can certainly put that out there too to see if anybody has a lead on any of them.
Yeah. So I PC Michael Jordan, obviously, who wouldn't? And then and then I PC Luka Doncic and Maxi Kleba, which, in case anyone hasn't known, is basically a role player who used to be on the Mavs, got traded with Luka, luckily, to the Lakers, and is just like a role player, like seventh man, who like is really good as a 3-and-D, who I just, as a Luka fan watching every game, was like, this guy, he comes off like the bench and his stats don't represent his actual impact on the floor. And I just, was a fan. So I started collecting his cards because I got priced out of Luka when Chris was in law school and we were a 1-income household, and I couldn't afford to buy Luka after his market skyrocketed and everyone else caught on. So I was like, okay, I'll shift to this other player that I like watching.
That you can afford, right?
Yeah.
You should have taken some of his cards, right? And maybe did some trading or so you're at Card Ladder. Tell us what your role is there at Card Ladder. What do you do besides everything? I'm sure.
I like to say I'm the janitor of Card Ladder. Pretty much anything the boys don't want to do falls on my desk. I'm the COO of Card Ladder, so I do all of operations, business partnerships. I do like marketing, with our creative director, as well as research, and with our amazing research team. And I do a little bit of all of it. And I also plan all of our events and travel, as well as our merch.
The design of the merch.
Yes. And ordering it, and like the logistics of it, and figuring all of that stuff out. But yeah, like I said, pretty much everything the boys don't want to do, which includes customer service.
That's got to be the worst part of all, right?
I mean, I actually love it. And so does Josh. Like, the two of us, like, actually really love customer service because it helps us tap into how everyone is using Card Ladder. And then we also find it really important that when you are writing to us, you're talking to a decision maker. So like, if you have feedback for us, like, it's not going to like some like feedback bucket that you're not even sure anyone who is deciding anything is reading it. Like, no, you're actually talking to like one of the two of us, and then we can like quickly huddle up with the team and be like, hey, like, this has come up now a couple times, or hey, this is a really good idea. And if one person's asking for it, like, a lot of other people probably would find it beneficial if we did something like this. What can we do? Like, what does the timeline look like? Kind of like talk through it. Like, what are the pros and cons? And then we always end our business decisions and our business discussions with one key question for us. And that is, what's in the best interest of the hobby? So, like, that's, I think, what sets us apart from other hobby businesses is like, we are collectors first. And we started Card Ladder as a research tool for ourselves. And like in 2019, and we quickly realized like it was way too powerful for 3 collectors to have, like, to buy it, like, their cards. So we were like, our friends would really like this. Let's open it up. And then, like, we thought like just our friends would use it. And then other people were like, hey, how do I get an invite to this like website? And we were like, wait, what? Like, what do you like? Okay, we could send out invites to this website. Sure. And that's literally how Card Ladder developed. We launched in June of 2020, like publicly, with 500 ladder cards and an archaic collection feature.
And that was what, three months after COVID, right? I mean,
Yeah,
how it
yeah.
was 2020 is
Yeah. So
Yep.
yeah. So what happened was in March of 2020, we all got the stay-at-home orders, and people were starting to like hear rumblings of like this thing that Josh and Chris and I were working on. Because that's how the hobby works. And people were like, what's going on? What's happening? And we were just like, okay, like let's like we're all home, like work's not really it is a thing, but like we can't do anything after work, and like
and people have plenty of time to use it now.
right? Yeah, 100%. So we really put our like foot to the pedal, and from March to June built up the database, because it was pretty much just MJ, LeBron, and a couple Luka cards. Like I said, like it was literally built to track our collection.
It was for you guys, yeah.
Yeah, it was for us. So like it was just like MJ playing years, 90s inserts that Chris and I collect, like LeBron cards that Josh had, and then like the couple Luka cards at the time that I had. And that was it. And like we were just tracking our own PCs, and then we were like, okay, like if we're gonna launch this, we need to offer more players because people are going to be mad. So we started adding more cards to it. And it took me, I will tell you, it took me 3.5 days to manually add all of the sales from the Luka 2018 Prism Silver, like PSA 10, like literally sat there and like typed in date, price, date, price, date, price. And it took me 3.5 days to do that.
Oh.
Like, so when I tell you like our blood, sweat, and tears went into this, all those tears were mine, but like all of the blood and sweat was all of ours.
And this where there was no punching in and punching out, right? I mean, there was really no. You were just going. I'm just going to continue doing this until I get tired, and I'll start again when I'm.
Yeah. It was literally like go until I like was falling asleep or like I was screwing up. And then I was like, okay, I need to go to sleep so that I could like have accurate data in here. And then waking up, and then like just kept punching in numbers and adding more cards and adding more sales. And like now our database for sales history is at like, I want to say we're closing in on 300 million unique sales across 19 different data platforms, auction houses, and marketplace platforms. And
I'm sure there's a capture now, right? I'm sure somebody's not sitting there typing all this stuff in.
No, we have direct data partnerships with everyone now. So like I don't have to sit there and type in anything. Like we get the data directly from them, luckily. Yeah.
And do you have to do anything with that data, or you just upload it? Do you have to go through it, or?
So the sales history database is our like what I call the haystack database. Like that's where as a collector you go to find your needles. Like you go and you use the search function to find the needles. All the cards that have sold publicly since 2002 across those 19 different platforms, those are all in there. And then we have the ladder database, which is our verified card database. And for those, which that number is now closing in on 90,000. For those, every single night, Chris and I go through and review every sale for the cards that have sold that day. So that every morning when you wake up, you'll see like a sale that has been reviewed by human eyes, that is 1, the correct card, 2, we look for nefarious instances that have raised red flags on that sale, perhaps like shill bidding, unpaid items, things of that nature, where we're just like, what's going on here? Or a market outlier that, has jumped or like really high up, where we have to reach out to the seller and we're like, hey, can you disclose to us like the confirmation screenshot, or confirm with us that this sale was in fact paid? And Yeah, so there are oftentimes that we do, and we do that every night from 11 p.m. to about 3 a.m.
So that question I have here saying, do you have an advanced algorithm that deep dives into? So it's not. It's just 4 eyes looking at 2 people going through all these sales, looking at every sale. That's incredible.
Yeah, and we have we have 2 other researchers that are dedicated to TCG and vintage, and one of them does vintage as well, and they like work as well, but like it's like we don't make them work on holidays and weekends though. We save that for just Chris and I.
Yeah.
I have a question about that actually. So that this may make sense. So like the verified cards that the green, I just think of them as the green check mark cards when I'm there looking this. If one of those cards doesn't have the green check mark like in between a few, is it just like pending verification, or you guys couldn't make a determination if that was legitimate or not? Is that why it wouldn't have a green check mark? If it was like Wednesday was a Luca Prism Silver PSA 10, Thursday was another one, and Friday was another one, but Thursday didn't have the green check mark.
Yeah, so what happened there is for that instance, what happens there is that like we saw the sale, but we were like, something has flipped my radar, kind of a thing. And we have research practices and policies in place so that like there are like standards that we have to hit for review. But what we'll do with those sales is we'll put them into a purgatory folder. And I named that folder because I grew up Catholic. So what those sales are, for anyone who's not Catholic and not familiar with how to get into heaven, is they need additional prayers or additional confirmation before we can say that this was a legitimate sale. And like we're just saying like something needs, like we need some additional piece of information before we can say that this sale has been reviewed. And that, like I said, is only for the ladder cards, and that's just under 90,000 unique cards. So Chris and I review about between 1,000 to 1,500 sales every night during those time for the ladder cards.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how do certain cards get on the ladder? Like, or how does that work?
So that was like a big complaint when we first launched. Everyone was like, there are a lot of LeBron and Jordans. And we were like, yeah, guys, like we built this for us. But we've added cards for like we've tried to add like for rookie classes, like their key card. We've also added like cards that we've worked with content creators, like when they're working on a research project. We've also added cards for like people who've requested like a build out of a category. Like, so I've worked with people before to build out our wrestling or our Star Wars cards to better capture the market so that the indexes reflect the market more than just a couple scatterings of, high-end cards from those categories. We've worked with Fanatics and GemRate before, or I guess Tops to do a Bowman Chrome index. So we added the top 100 graded Bowman Chrome auto prospect cards.
Oh, nice.
And like, so that's like an index on Card Ladder that you can review. But yeah, so it and like, if you're just a member and you're like, hey, like, I think this would be a good card to add, like, just message us, like contact@cardladder.com. Like, we're always taking requests. We're always building out the database. We add cards every day.
Nice. Let's just check in with the chat quick. John Dorch, what's up? 90s auctions 46. Nice right light, Kristina. Talking about the light behind you.
Oh, my tree.
Yeah, your tree.
Yes, my Christmas tree.
Bill Oak says single case. I'm ripping that weekly.
Oh, that was talking about the Don. Yeah. So Bill's a friend of the show. He's obsessed with chasing downtowns, and he'll just go through a
Nice.
like
Sports Card the Hobby wants us to rewatch. Apparently, we're drinking at the same time.
Yeah, we're sipping and listening. Yeah.
Ballpark Cards. Hello all. Sports Card the Hobby says, can you create an app that does the opposite of Card Ladder? Track the cards when they hit the market.
That'd be eBay save searches.
So we actually on Card Ladder, we do have a shop feature. So and that's like with some of our data partners, not all of them have this, but some of them do provide us with their auction listings. So you can go to the shop feature and then search like the card that you're looking for, like downtown, and like downtown PSA 10 gold. I think that's a thing. Sorry, I don't downtown.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. and like
obviously you're not going through the football ones.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm basketball. I do have like a scattering of football, but yeah, I have soccer and basketball and yeah. But yeah, so there is a shop feature. You can look for what's listed from the auctions. We have feeds from Golden, Heritage, Fanatics, and you can just search there. I'm sure I'm missing people too. I'm sorry. There's 19 different platforms that we partner with though.
Yeah. John Dortch says, I remember the collection feature. Johnny Porta, love the show. Thank you, sir. Oh, we got somebody saying it's impossible to do all that, but we're skipping right through that.
Well, yeah, I think
I'm not sure
what he was saying. Maybe he thought you were saying that you guys look at every single sale, but it's specifically for the ladder cards, right?
Yeah, yes, so yeah.
137,000 sales from Friday to Sunday. But
so I could actually tell you that there's probably over 100,000 sales per day.
Yeah,
like that come into sales history alone. So like what I'm talking about is the ladder cards, like you said. Yeah. So those are, like I said, about 1,000 to 1,500 ish that Chris and I go through at night.
Which is a lot, but significantly more manageable than
yeah.
One question I had for you, and I'm not sure, actually a couple questions. One, PSA buyback, right? So, I'm not sure if you know about this with PSAs, if you have your cards, graded through PSA, when they pop, they tell you, hey, your grades are ready, and they give you these offer to buy your cards back. And also, if you have a card, you can scan the back, and PSA will say, hey, based on the card ladder, comp of this card, this is what we'll offer you to buy back. It's a percentage below, and you can send it in, and then they will buy it back. Are those part of what Card Ladder uses when you're comping cards, or that would not be, because even though it's a public sale, it's not really like an auction sale or something like that?
Yeah. So great question. I know there's been some confusion about this, and we've tried to clear it up a couple times, so I'm happy to address it and clear it up again. We do not have a data partnership with PSA to provide us the data of their sales or offers that they do on their platform or app or like their vault or whatever it is. Like that, they're not one of our partners. We do not collect that data. They are, like you said, a user of Card Ladder Value. And my understanding, and PSA is a separate company. Like I know we're both owned by collectors, so like we're under the same umbrella, but we're under the same umbrella the same way like PCGS is owned by collectors. Like just like I have no idea what PCGS actually does. Like I know they deal in coins, but like I don't know their inner workings or anything. It's the same thing with PSA. Like they are a data partner, as in they get data from us, but we do not get data from them for their offer programs.
Okay. I have a great example that it just this is kind of what everyone's curious about. So someone threw up Tom Brady 2007 finest rookie. It's an insert, a rookie image, I think.
Okay.
It's at a $199. I bought it for like $500. The PSA estimate is $352. The card ladder value is $873, and there's an offer in the vault for $700. So it's just like, it's a quick $200 flip for me. Great, but that's a crazy like the card ladder value at $873 and the PSA estimate at $352. That's a crazy range, right? Like, and you see a lot of it. It's strange.
No, it's totally strange, and it's also confusing. Like, I'm confused, and I deal in data. I don't know how they come up with that number. We actually publish how we come up with our card ladder value. Like, Chris wrote a 13-page white paper that dives in. Of course he did. Dives in on like the formula, why he made certain decisions. He like goes into the whole concept of index modeling price systems, and like he writes it in a very digestible way, I will say. To my knowledge, we are the only platform in the industry that has published how they come up with their valuation. Everyone else kind of just like pulls a magic number out of a hat, and they're just like, hey, this is what your card is worth. We use the last comp. So like that's the basis for us. If your card's never sold, we won't have a CL value for it, because we use the last comp. And what we do is, in like quick, like, I'm a hard science major, not a numbers girl, so like please forgive me, but in like quick terms, basically the way it works is you bought that Brady for $500, let's say, 4 months ago, right? So what we do is we'll take that date and that price of $500, and we'll match it to the index of Tom Brady and where it's performing on that particular date, and we'll give you a ratio. And then we'll map it out against his index performance over those 4 months. So that's where you see that $200 increase, is we're saying the ratio is staying the same of what you bought it for, what that comp was on that date, to the index like performance. The index has now gone up. Your ratio is the same, but like his market has increased, and that's where that CL value increase comes from.
And that was like a wonderful, like, would that be a hypothesis of what happened? But I could tell you straight up, I just think the person didn't have card ladder, didn't see a sale on Golden that was for eight whatever. That it aligns with the card ladder value. My whole thing is like, does PSA not take? That's weird if they don't take the PSA estimate versus the card ladder value, because the card ladder value, the confidence has been teetering between a 4 and a 5, so it's really strong. So it was real. For me, it's just like, how is PSA so off? That's what's strange, and that's just
that would be a great question for you to ask someone who works at PSA.
Oh, absolutely. No, I just
deals in
give
PSA
you an
estimates.
example of what I'm using, and like I think a lot of people are experiencing, because for people who have no knowledge of this, and they have their cards in the vault, say they don't even have card ladder, right? And they have their PSA grades pop out, and they're like, what is this card ladder value, and why is it so different from the PSA value? You know, what should I trust more, and why is that impacting the offer I'm getting? I think that's a lot of people who may have no idea what card ladder is or any of that, or like, what's going on here?
Or sometimes on the opposite end of that, all of a sudden, you'll be negotiating with somebody, and you'll go to card ladder and put it up, and you'll say, well, here's the sales. And they'll be like, oh no, look, this one sold here on blah, blah for whatever. And if I don't see it on card ladder, I'm all of a sudden going to think now it's in purgatory. Right?
Yeah.
Or it never made it there.
So you'll still see it. So just to like clear that up, you'll still see the sale in card ladder. It just won't have a green check on it. And if it's on the ladder, and when it's in purgatory, if you go to the view all sales button above the graph, and then you click the purgatory button, you could see all the purgatory sales. So you could see, like, we're still like super transparent. Like, hey guys, like, these are the sales that we are waiting on additional confirmation. Like, so we don't delete them unless the buyer or seller reaches out to us with a screenshot saying that the sale was canceled or refunded or there was something of that nature. And we do that with eBay, and like we wait for people to report that to us. And then with the larger auction houses, they actually inform us of any unpaid or I forget, like they have a term that they use for it. Like I don't remember the term, but like basically it's an unpaid item that like elapsed its like invoice pay by date. And then the auction house reaches out to us and they're like, hey, this never got paid. We're going to relist it. Or the seller, like, you know, is taking it back because they don't want to sell it at the time. So then we'll remove those sales as well.
Okay.
That would be really interesting, Ken, just to go back episodes. My judge that was so controversial that sold, it never showed up in Card Ladder, and it does look like a very skewed data point, like truthfully. So but also I got paid out
purgatory.
Yeah, it should be in purgatory. It's a wild sale, but yeah.
So I would love to talk to you maybe offline when I can look at it about like, and just like if you send me a screenshot of the sale,
yeah,
I'll make sure that it's in there.
I mean, it doesn't impact me at this point.
I know.
I know.
Yeah.
It was
but
like a timing moment.
I mean, like, unfortunately, I don't think anyone could make the claim that their system is 100% accurate, right?
No, not at all.
So like there are times that we do miss sales, or you know, someone like, yeah, for this kind of instance, I imagine it sold on eBay.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So I like there are times that like we miss eBay sales. And for those, like we rely on members to report those sales to us so that we can be like, hey, like let's flag this. And then Josh takes a look at like what went wrong. And he like, you know, tries to debug that from that angle. And then we obviously get the sale into the system so that people can see it. Cause I'm sure like it doesn't matter to you anymore, but I'm sure there's judge collectors who want that sale in the system because
especially the buyer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
David Wilson says, he says, I just popped in. I think you may have talked a little bit about it, but his question was, what separates Card Ladder from other systems such as, you know, market movers or things like that?
Yeah. I mean, so I know like a lot of people use Alt because they're free. So like, what am I going to say there? Right. Like they're free. And like, so Card Ladder is, $20 a month or $200 for the year. That's the price that point we are at. We've always had a 7-day free trial. Like literally since the day we launched, we've always wanted to make sure people were happy with the product before they ever paid a penny into it. So I would urge you to go try it out for 7 days. You can literally sign up, cancel your membership, and you will still have access to the free trial for 7 days. And then that way you're not like worried that you'll miss the 7th day and then you get charged or something. And like play around with it. We have an amazing collection feature. Like I said, when we launched, it was archaic. Now it's pretty damn impressive. I am biased though, because I am one of the co-founders. So, but yeah, so we, like I said, are the only ones in the industry who publish how we come up with valuation. I know that we're the only ones in the industry that have a sales history database. And like we're always adding new data partners. I think we started the year at 15 and we've added 4 in 2025 of like new auction houses or auction houses that, you know, didn't have the like API for us previously. But like we're working with people to get their auction data into our system as well. Like honestly, like we're just collectors. Like I understand like M&TCards are less than $20. So I could have a Card Ladder subscription or I could have a new M&TCard. Like I'm probably going to choose the new M&TCard. But if I'm overpaying for those M&TCards repeatedly, like it might behoove me to start looking at some historical data of what those cards transact at so that I can make better informed decisions with my money. And maybe, you know, the membership will pay for itself by saving me money on my cards. Yeah. It depends where you are in the hobby, but I totally get it. And like I said, alt is free. So
you can't compete with free, but
I
you know what? You go to
free.
a card, if you're at a card show and you go to any card shows now, everybody's using Card Ladder. You know, we talk a lot about the repackers, right? The repackers showing up. That's all their comps are based on that stuff. And if you don't have it, you know, now somebody's pulling out comps on their phone. You have to believe, you know, whatever their search criteria was correct. Right. Yeah. So you're better off being in the know for the $20 a month for me to be in the know, being able to pull that information up myself and then play with it. Right. And one question I have for you, and it seems like it to me, but it may not be. It just be like the way the algorithm is. Do you guys use any AI in what you do at Card Ladder? No. So it's all based on just the written algorithm that you put in there.
Yeah. It's logic based coding, and Josh is amazing. He's our software engineer. He built the whole platform, both website and app. We are on Apple Store and Google as well, and he built it all. And that like taps back into that customer service thing I was talking about, which also sets us apart from others, is that like you're either talking to you're talking to two execs, like you're talking like if you have a problem, like Josh will fix it immediately because he's the one answering your issue. Like if there's a data issue or anything like that, like I'm happy to like hop in and like talk it out. If someone's having issues with the platform or doesn't know how to use something, like you're talking to the people who built it. So you're talking to the most knowledgeable people that, well, I can't say that actually, because I've actually seen at shows some people like use Card Ladder and I'm like, wait, what? And then I'll show Josh and he'll be like, wait, what? And like, so I can't say that. Our most knowledgeable users of Card Ladder are definitely collectors. Like we might have built it, but they do some amazing things with it that I wouldn't have even dreamed up. And I will also say what sets us apart is like, alt will never track heritage or fanatics or golden, because why would an auction house give another auction house their data? We're completely and 100% only in the industry of data for the hobby. Mm-hmm. So, and that's what makes it possible for us to continue to add data partners, is because they're not competing with us. We're not trying to be a marketplace. We're just trying to get data in the hands of collectors so that you can make the best decisions for your own PCs, whether that's buying or selling, dealing, flipping, collecting, investing, whatever you want to call it, in whatever order you want to call it. But like, yeah, so.
And I was actually going to say too, I think it's so funny because I listen to the crossover often. And obviously you guys have opinions strong on flippers and all this, the flippers vortex, which is a wonderful term, but it's also ironic that you guys created one of the most instrumental tools for flippers, right? Like, is that not like, you ever like, oh, I guess we did kind of.
I mean, I guess, but like we created it for ourselves and like
for sure it's
collectors. So like the fact that like they use it to flip, like I just say like more power to you. Like, yeah. I guess like I just don't flip my cards. Stay away from the cards I want. Like I think every collector thinks that. But yeah, like I think it is definitely a thing, but they're in their own way. Like I think that a lot of them like do love the hobby. Like, you know.
Oh yeah.
Like they could flip other things. Like, so they do love cards. So like, you know, it is what it is.
Hey, look, no matter who I've ever brought on, right? We've ever brought on here, no matter what they do, we always ask, who's your PC? And they always have one.
Yeah.
Right. So they all started as collectors first. I think we all started as a collector first, regardless of where we ended up in the hobby. We all started as a collector, and and I think we always have a collection or a PC, some type of a PC. So
yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do. I have very strong opinions, especially on Friday night after working 7 days a week. And like my Friday night is, like, you know, while I'm doing sales, we're talking to people who are asking us questions that are bugging them, because that's really what crossover is.
Yeah.
It's something that, you know, people have no outlet for, and they ask a question because they see something or they've experienced something or they are actively experiencing something and they want to talk about it. And that's you know, where we come in, where the boys come in, and then I come in with rants and then quickly go off camera to do more sales, and I don't have to deal with all of the fallout of my rants. Yeah.
So when do you ever take a vacation? When do you get a break? And do you have somebody that can take over for you while you're gone, or there's just zero customer service when Kristina's on vacation?
Yeah, no, it's just us. We don't take vacations. We work remotely, like we talked about. Like so what makes it difficult is, like, I will be honest, like shows. Like I love going to shows, but they are some of the most grueling weeks of my life, because not only you're doing setup and like in-person stuff, and like I think everyone in the hobby is a little bit introverted, but like I'm like super not, like, I'm not a people person. So
Literally, Zip and I were talking today about
that, no.
what a people person you are.
Yeah.
Like even when I came, I found you at the National, and I got all my great merch. I mean, we probably talked for half an hour.
Yeah,
right?
it's exhausting. It's fucking exhausting. Like I literally go back to the hotel after National, and I like go like lay down, face like plant into the couch, and I'm just like, leave me here for an hour or two.
Yeah.
And the boys will go do something, and then like we'll have dinner, like, and then we start working. Like we pull our computers out and we start reviewing sales, because we have to finish everyone's like sales so that they can wake up for the next day of the show with like the new comps of what's sold online. And then we get up and we get to do it all over again.
Yeah, I 100% agree. People say to me all the time, I say the most draining part of a show is just talking to people all day long.
Yeah.
You know, and it's constant, because probably similar, right? You're at a table and people are coming up and you're talking about cards and sales and negotiating, and then right on to the next and right on to the next and right on to the next. And at the end of the day, I feel the same way too. Like I feel exhausted. It is tiring doing that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That just made me think of something.
Yeah.
As you guys are verifying those sales every day, is there like a certain player or certain, I don't know, something that sticks out of like, this is constantly like more nefarious or more chilled than others?
Oh, 100%. We have players that are, I guess like yellow lighted, we could say. They're flagged in our system, certain players. We have certain sellers that are like flagged in our system that we're just like, oh, it's this guy again, or girl, or whomever. Yeah, so we definitely have, Josh has built us a great like admin side of Card Letter, so that when we're reviewing, it goes as quickly and as efficiently as possible. But yeah, like Trae Young, for example.
I was gonna say, like, I had two guesses. One was Trae Young, and then the other I think was Jaren Jackson Jr. I feel like I've heard
his RPAs are like ridiculous. Like I don't know what it is about his RPAs, but it's specifically his RPAs. Yeah, but there are certain things like that where, you know, more often than not, you purgatory a sale for a certain player. Another one is Not really anymore, but Kabooms used to be that.
Okay.
Kabooms are, I think now they're being paid for because they're being put into like repack products. So like they're secondary chase cards now. So like I think that's why they're getting paid for it. But when I was first adding the Kabooms to the ladder, one of the reasons why was because they were being shilled, and like people were coming to us. They were like, oh, I tried to buy this card, or like I was trying to sell this card, and like it keeps getting unpaid. Like, and we were like, oh, we should probably track this card for people then, because we should be flagging that like these sales aren't verified. Like they're like it was a period of like, I don't know how long, but like I added like every Kaboom card I could. Like if it was graded or if I had a picture of it, I was adding that card because we kept getting reports that they were going unpaid.
Yeah. Now people want them. Now everybody wants them to put in the repack.
Yeah, exactly. Now the people who didn't pay are probably kicking themselves because it's 20 times less than what they would have to buy it for now.
Yep.
But yeah.
And do you identify that? So a lot of times, like the weekend before a bigger show, like a Dallas show or the National, things like that, do you identify like a lot of nefarious or a lot of shilled, like more popular cards? Like all of a sudden the price will go up a few days before one of those shows, it'll sell high, hoping that at the show those cards will sell higher? Or is it just, more random than what I'm describing?
We will sometimes see an uptick before a large show of not yet paid items, like where we're just kind of like, this is verging on outlier territory where it's not paid yet. Like, what do we want to do? Like, it's Wednesday night before a big show that starts on Thursday. So like for those, a lot of times what we'll do is we'll reach out to the sellers. We'll be like, hey, like, can you like message us as soon as this is paid? Like, we want to make sure we're getting proper data in.
Yeah. I feel like with how wild the market has been lately too, seeing some of these increases, even though they are legitimate sales, has probably been jarring at times. Just like,
oh yeah,
it's real. It's like, yep, it is.
Yeah. We will I mean, we launched 5.5 years ago. We've been reviewing sales since I want to say, I know there has never been a night that we haven't had an all-time high in 5 years of some kind of card that's on the ladder. And I don't think there's ever been a night that we haven't had at least 3 or 5. Like there's always a card setting a new record every single night.
It's just not our cards.
Yeah, exactly. It's not Maxi Kleba, I'll tell you that. Unless I'm the buyer.
Maybe Michaela Blake soon. Maybe Michaela Blake's.
John Dorich in the chat. How often do you feel burnout, or how do you deal with that? And once I read that, I thought to myself, now when we go to a show or I go to a show, I get home Sunday and I can crash and then take a whole week off before I do anything. But that's not for you. I mean, it's every day for you.
Yeah. So I'll be honest, like I have ADHD. So my job is kind of fucking perfect because I have so many different things that fall under my like tasks that like if I feel burnt out like after a show because I'm dealing with people, like I'll pull back from customer service and like I'll only spend 2 hours on that a day or like an hour on that a day, or I'll even like be like, hey Josh, you got to cover customer service for the next 2 days. And he'll be like on it, like, right. Like we're a team. Like we definitely like help each other in that. Mm-hmm. And I'll like go and do something like research. Like I'll add a new set or a new product or a new like inventory of like some rookie where I'm just like, I just want to like not talk to anyone and just like geek out on cards of this year or this player. And so like I get to do fun things like that. Or, you know, if like, oh, my eyes are going cross-eyed because I'm typing in all of these queries that are like minus pink, 40, minus 42, minus purple, minus gold, minus wave, minus like red. Like I will like go and do, you know, like content like this. Like I'll be like, hey, I'm gonna schedule this like into my day. Or you know, I do finances for us, so like I'll go and like do the month reports like on that day where I'm just like, I don't want to talk to people. Yeah. So I think like luckily, like knock on wood, I haven't had burnout where like I feel very blessed. Like I had a job pre-card ladder that I absolutely hated, like hated. Like I used to get up and like I said, Chris was in law school. So like I had to keep my job. I used to get up and like drag my like feet into the office and just be miserable the whole time. And then when I left, I just felt like super weighed down after like, you know, the 9 hours that you're in the office where you're just like, oh my God, like I don't want to do anything. Like I hate that job. It's such a waste of time. That to me is burnout. Like now, like previously, like I had to go to work. Like I had bills to pay. Like we were living in Los Angeles. Like I had to go to work. Now I get to go to work, and it's a very different like mode where every day I wake up and I'm like, oh cool, like I have a new project that I need to work on. I get to play with cards for a living, like,
and it's an easy commute, right?
Yeah, it's down the stairs to my office. So like definitely blessed, and like yeah, so I don't really feel burnout. There definitely though, like after the national I'll be like, you know, I'm putting in the hours I have to. I'm not doing any podcasts at 9 p.m. at night, right? Like
every year I come home from the national, it's like 3 days. Like I'm just sleeping and just rummaging around the house. I'm not doing anything. Last year I came home with COVID. So it was fine. I was sick for a week, but yeah, I don't know if I was in the hobby, if I was coming, especially the national come back, that I could just jump straight back into it again. I would think hats off to you, because I think it would be tough for me, regardless if what it was. I definitely need that downtime when I come home. Yeah. All right, so we have this trade night coming up, yes. November 22nd at the Mohegan Sun, and after Modern Pizza, you and Chris are going to come visit us, right?
I think we're actually going to come visit you guys first, and then go like to Connecticut, like go to like I'm from Connecticut, so my family obviously is doing Thanksgiving, as most families are in America. I'm sorry, I don't know where that came from. Like, yeah. So we're spending Thanksgiving this year in Connecticut. So this show actually worked out perfectly. Where, you know, we were like, oh, let's do this. Like, we've been wanting to come to one of your shows for so long. And we were just like, yes, finally. Like it lines up with our schedules.
Perfect. And you want to talk a little bit about some giveaways that you guys are going to give us?
Yeah. So I think anyone who stops by your table will have access to the QR code, and you'll get 1 month free of Card Ladder. And then we will also at Trade Night be doing a giveaway for 1 year memberships for Card Ladder. So I'll let you guys pick how many you want to give away.
So jeez.
Don't put it in our hands.
5, is that good? Like 5?
Five is perfect. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. You're like everyone. No.
Yeah. If you show up to Trade Night,
the Oprah Trade Night, you get a membership.
Yeah. So so we'll do giveaways for memberships, and then 1 month free, and Chris and I will be there at the show. And like, if you have any questions, please come up to me. I know I say I'm not a people person, but like, I'm a nice person. So like,
You are.
No matter what. No matter what it seems like I am on crossover, or what you've heard from other people. I am a nice person. I'm talking to Josh and Chris with that. So I will talk to you about your cards. I will talk to you about card ladder. I'll talk to you about the cards I'm searching for, and have you keep an eye out for them, and remind you that there's a bounty on them. Yeah.
So I got way too excited, and I chat GPT'd like a mock-up of the maxi card that she's looking for, and I put it on my story quick, and I was like, bounty for this
you
card.
were like it was like significant. It said major bounty, and I was like, whoa guy, are you putting up this major bounty? Like,
I got way too excited. I was like, that'd be cool, we get a whole bit, but
I was like, what does major mean exactly? And then he was like, wait, I
just took it
down. I was like, let's define this before people get excited.
But also
$5 card.
Something pretty cool about this show, and I think Ken could probably speak onto this more than me. I feel like out of all the shows I've been to, this is a show where there are more female collectors than like almost any other show I've been to.
That's awesome.
So for me, for this show too, I do a lot with women's sports, women's soccer, women's basketball, things like that. And this,
EC3con, come on.
I wanted to ask, do you have any like EC3con allegiance going back, or no? Is that not a thing? Because you must have grown up in the time when, right?
Diana Taurasi was, I once met Diana Taurasi when she was at EC3con. It was really embarrassing looking back on it, but I grew up bi-coastal. So my dad lived on the West Coast, and my mom raised us on the East Coast. So we would fly back and forth pretty much like, when college was beginning and ending, or like when semesters were beginning and ending. So we used to be on their flights a lot, like when the EC3con girls were traveling back to LA for like Christmas or the beginning of the school year or something. And my mom actually was like, hey, like, that's Diana Taurasi. She plays for EC3con. And Diana Taurasi was like very nice. And yes, I call her Diana Taurasi every time I reference her, because you'll find out in a minute how embarrassing I was. I was young, I will say. And my mom was like, oh, like, she plays, and she like, so Diana Taurasi turns around and she's like, oh, do you like basketball? And I was like, ew, no.
Oh no.
Ew. And I go, I play soccer. And she and then I was like, it's the better sport. And she literally, and I didn't understand it at the time, but she literally said, my dad would agree with you. As an older person who remembers vividly this experience, because my mom berated me afterwards about like being rude to strangers who were trying to be nice to you, especially. I found out that her dad was a professional soccer player. So like, she probably went home for that Christmas and was like, oh, Dad, I have the funniest story to tell you about this little girl that I met in Connecticut. But like, my mom was mortified. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
So you can call her DT now, right?
I try, but then I always flip back into Diana Taurasi.
Just because of that one moment.
Because I feel so bad for being so disrespectful.
Someday you'll meet her again, right?
Maybe. I actually, as a soccer player and fan as a kid, I met Mia Hamm, not at this national, in Cleveland. I actually brought, when I found out that she was going to be signing, my Mia Hamm N64 FIFA World Cup like cartridge that I played every day after school. And I brought it to sign, and I was third in line, and she did not look pleased to be there, I will say. And the guy in front of me had a Funko Pop. And if this was you, I am so sorry for that interaction because I was I was like, oh my God, like I was embarrassed. He didn't do anything, but I was just awkward, and I'm usually awkward. And but like he was like, can you sign it in a certain color? And she was like, no. And she like just signed it. And he was like, okay. And he walked away. And so I'm like, oh my God, this is why they say don't meet your idols, right? Yeah. Like, because they're human. So like they have human moments. So I literally like put the cartridge on the table and just like slid it to her and like looked away because I was like, I'm not even going to talk to you.
No eye contact.
I don't like, I just want your autograph.
Moments.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to tell you that like I like basketball now or something. Or
I was gonna say the first person probably told her that soccer sucks and basketball's the best. That's what happened to the first person.
Yeah. But so like I slid it in front of her, and all of a sudden I hear, oh my God. And like I kind of like looked over like side eye, and she was like, I haven't seen this in years. And she was like holding it up. And then she was like, what color do you want me to sign this? And I was like, gold. And she was like, heck yes. And she like picked up the gold like paint pen and then signed it. She put her number on it, and it was a really awesome experience. And I was like, sweet.
There was an inscription, a little note on the back for you, her phone number in case you had to reach her.
No, I actually like her book, Winners Never Quit. That was probably my first autograph photo. Like she had autograph photos tucked in the back of those. And like I had it on my mirror as like a kid, like, and then through high school. So like while other girls like had like, you know, like Teen People, like NSYNC or someone else like on their mirror that they would look at every day, like I had Mia Hamm, like, and be like, okay, winners never quit. You gotta keep pushing. Yeah. So but yeah.
I'll see that. And then you met her, and Adrian 278 says, cool story. Love hearing when star athletes are legends off the court, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Is that who you collect for soccer too? Is that Mia Hamm? I know you. Who do you collect for soccer?
I have a couple of her cards, like where they're mostly just because I was such a huge fan of her. Like she like, and I try to explain this to people. For any girl that grew up in the 90s and the early 2000s, she was our Michael Jordan, but like at a different impact. Yep. Because like before her, being a sports girl wasn't cool. It was like, you're just one of the guys, like, you know, like the guys don't really want to play against you, especially as a kid, because you might be better than them, but like they'll kind of accept you as long as they can, like, you know, talk trash to you or knock you down a couple times. So like her being like this icon for women's sports just like meant a lot to any girl who grew up in that time, even if you didn't play soccer. Like I had a friend who was in softball, and she like was obsessed with Mia Hamm, but she didn't like know one rule about soccer. Mm-hmm. And like we all wanted to be her. Like we were like, we're going to be the next Mia Hamm for whatever sport you were in. And like there's that famous Gatorade commercial of like her and MJ doing the like boy and girl thing, like anything you can do, I can do better, where they're like playing games. And like that was like the tomboy anthem. I will say, like that was like, we were just like, we got this, like we can do this too. And she was like the icon of that, where like, yeah, so getting her autograph on that cartridge that I, like I said, played every day after school, like it was like there was like a crack on the back, like it was literally the one I played as a kid, because I was like, I don't want her to sign a card, like I want something to be meaningful. Like I'm not into like autographs, but I was like, I want this, I want to like, I had the opportunity, and I really wanted it, so I was really stoked. Like, yeah.
Do you collect? Do you have any female athletes that you collect now, or
no?
No.
Like I said, I have a couple of Mia Hamm's cards, but nothing like super rare or valuable or anything to that. Like, but yeah.
Nice. Well, Kristina, this has been awesome. We're so happy you came on. Looking forward to seeing you in a couple weeks at Mohegan Sun. And John Dortch said it's going to be his first trade night at EC3.
Nice.
And I'm sure he's coming because you're going to be there. We'll giving away card ladder things.
It's gonna be mine too. My first trade night at EC3. And I just want to say, I don't know if he's still watching, but I do see Chad was in the chat, and he's a friend, so I just wanted to give him a shout out.
Oh, Chad's chipper.
Yep.
So good. Thank you. Appreciate it. And we hope to see you soon. You want to just, again, at the end, just tell people if they have questions so they don't have to go all the way back to the beginning. They know where they can reach out and find you.
For sure. And let me just also take the moment to say thank you guys so much for having me. I know I talk a lot, and I hope I didn't talk too much. And thanks for walking through my story with me. And it was really an honor and a privilege to be here with you tonight. So thank you so much for extending the invite. Once again, I'm Kristina. You can find me at Kristina's PC, also at Card Ladder. I answer DMs and things too there. So just hit me up if you have any questions. If you want to reach out for any sales or data account issues, anything of that nature, you can reach us at contact@cardladder.com. And either myself or Josh, who's our CTO and my co-founder, will respond to you. And it's a privilege to work in this space, and it's thanks to all of you that you allow me to work here instead of a job I hate. So I have all the patience in the world and love hearing from you guys. So please don't hesitate to reach out.
I always say, I'm gonna end it, but I always say you have to work a job you hate before you find a job you love, right? So. All right. Look, I want to thank everyone for watching. Thank everyone for listening. Please like, please subscribe, and we will be back next week with a brand new episode.
Going back to Wednesdays now.
Wednesdays, right? Yes,
Wednesday.
We're going to shift next week to Wednesday. So look for us on Wednesday. So now it's see you next Wednesday.
The see you next Tuesday is great, but see you next Wednesday. Yeah, it's what we do here. That's our
It's fine. It's fine. I like that word. It's fine.
Have a good night.